your age. That girl, maybe if you want to date, they get you smaller than you. And that girl is unable to even have a transport. He will tell that, he will say that, okay, please, you can send me transport. Why should you date a girl? Why should you even date that you're not able to take care of yourself and the girl unable to take care of their own self? Just love the person, I want to marry the person. A guy of 20 years, you are dating for what? It's just for knacking. You have no money to commit suicide. I want to tell people that don't commit suicide because the result is very bad. The result is very bad. The result might be is very. Especially young people like you, never ever get married to a girl that ever use knacking machine because you will never ever satisfy her till this will end. So that's a clear point. There was a girl that had to give a man head in a bus, and her body started while she was actually throwing out maggots. You can imagine. So for those of you that are not going to pass GCE this year, I want to encourage each and every one of you, because we all know that you do not study, but for those that study, we want to say if you don't pass, just know that there are better days ahead. Focus.
IQ family, welcome to another sensational episode of the Campus IQ podcast. And joining me in the studio is a philanthropist, a business coach, a lot more, a businessman, a man with vision, a man with ideas, and a man who knows a lot. So, boss, I would like you to introduce yourself. What are you going to tell those who are listening to the Campus IQ podcast?
Okay, thank you so much, Yarata. It's a pleasure to be in all of your means today. And I want to say we have to unleash a lot today. And I want to say this. It's a privilege to see young people at their early 20s striving towards success, having visions. Because I was expecting to see some young men, at least in their late 20s, but they are all kids. Yes, if I was giving birth earlier, I think they would have been my children. But even now, they are still my children because I think I'm at least 16, 15 years older than them. But it's a privilege, and I want to say I'm very honored to have you guys in your means, and I'll give you the maximum push to reach to your destination because you guys are proven beyond reasonable doubt that you're not lazy youth. You are visionaries. So I'm very honored to be in your means today. So guys, stay tuned. We're going to be unleashing a lot for you guys today. Trust me.
Yes, guys, and as I said, we have more. We'll give you vibe on this podcast and a lot more. And I want to welcome Blessed, his very first appearance on the Campus IQ podcast. Shout out to Blessed. Blessed, how are you feeling being on the Campus IQ podcast for your very first time?
Okay, I said my name is Blessed. I'm excited and happy to be here to learn from a great mentor and coach. Thank you.
All right, stay tuned. So, Mr. Prince Ntum, the very first question I have for you is about poverty. What do you think is the most reason why people are very poor in Bamenda? What's the main cause of poverty in Cameroon?
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, let's focus on Bamenda currently and Cameroon and Africa at large. It is very simple. The truth is that most youth today are very lazy. Most especially, they are very lazy. They have no plans for themselves. And if you tell you that you need to start small, they just want to think big. They just want to do things that are beyond them. I always tell young people that wealth comes with age. You have to nurture your mind and plant it. Just like when you want to cultivate crops, you have to plan very well. You have to go and survey the land and think of what to do. So the major cause of poverty in Bamenda today, first is laziness. Laziness. The youth are some youths are very, very lazy. We have youths in Bamenda that are doing excellently well. They are doing well. They are business entrepreneurs. Like where we are today is owned by a young person. And it's a big spa. You can understand. If you say a young person owning a spa like this that has everything, it's a multi-purpose spa. He does everything. That's to tell you that we have visionary youth. And we equally have youth who are into Yahoo boys, girls into hookup. Some of them even got into a hookup. Some got into Yahoo boy because of one reason, according to them. But some of them, after some time, they made some fun from it. They established themselves. While others keep believing that is the way of life. They keep working and believing that they'll keep having that their normal sources of income, which is not the right thing. So I want to encourage all young persons. You can start small. As a student, if you are a school in University of Bamenda or Boya or any university in Cameroon, let's assume that you are from a very poor family, talk less of an average family. If you start by doing, let me say that students who go to school, every day they make peanut, they make fish roll, they make egg, they put them in their bucket, they take them to school. Before you know it, they have maybe 2,000 to print their notes to do one or two. But others cannot do it. Others feel like, oh, and people who have that kind of mindset, trust me, before they graduate from school, so already have something to do. And if you don't have an establishment when you are young, you can never have an establishment when you are old. Some people, you see children of 20, 25, they're having ambitions to be Elon Musk, to have more than Elon Musk. I have said this on countless times that it is difficult when you have passed a certain age. Let's say you're above 20 years, you can never ever be a billionaire in dollars, no matter how you work. Except your father was already a billionaire in dollars. If not, you can never ever. So I'm not discouraging you from working, but I'm motivating you guys that if you want to, you can build a solid foundation for your children. That is why when I was in the university, I was into the shanty. I was working. In fact, my friends would laugh at me that, oh, this man, you're going to work for work 5,000, whatever, whatever. Because that time we just had young people were into scamming. And it will be difficult. If I tell someone like you that go and mod blocks, you tell me that no, I cannot do that kind of work. Yes, because you are seeing your friends, hey, they'll laugh at me. But we have done that. If I tell young people that I've modded 200, 300 mod blocks a day, most people will not believe. And today, how many youth are ready to do that? So I just want to encourage young youth that if you start working, if you build yourself, trust me, they say suffering just lasts for a very short while. It's not permanent. Like I always encourage every young person, do any kind of dirty job till you meet your dream job. So stop being saying, oh no, I'm from a poor home. Nobody wrote an application to God to be born in a poor or a rich home. Wherever you were born, like I always say, if you were born poor, it's not your fault. But if you live poor, it's your fault. Some people say if you die poor, no, when you die, you don't have any use again. If you live poor, it's your fault. So I will stop here. Maybe if you have any other thing to say, I'll give you the floor. Thank you so much. It's an honor, my young man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so you spoke about a lot of youths and a lot of young guys out there who are into entrepreneurship. They're starting new businesses every day. So, what do you think is one of the biggest mistakes that you see young people doing, or that you see young people engaging into that can cause harm to their business or can cause their business not to skyrocket? What's the biggest mistake young people do that make their business to fall?
This is very simple. Like I will say this today, if you have plan to start any business, if you have 1 million, 500,000, 10 million, 20 million, first thing you need to do, pay for knowledge. Most people are investing in businesses without actually having knowledge in that business. And we are in Africa, in Cameroon, in Bamenda, where if you see a consultant and it's really to demand, maybe say, I'm asking for 50,000 or 100,000 to nurture you in a particular business line, you say, no, I cannot pay that money, but you want to venture because you have seen others succeeding in a particular business does not guarantee you to succeed in that business. So the first thing I would tell a young person, if you want to embark on any business that has to do with millions of francs, first of all, do your background study. Like I always encourage young people, don't learn from your mistake. Learn from other people's mistake. Because the money you are learning, you want to learn from your own mistake, might be your last source of income, which you can never bounce back. So if you want to venture into any business that has to do with millions above, make sure you do a proper studies. And I will tell you, if you have 5 million, don't put it in one business. First of all, invest small. Once you invest small, increasing your money as a business, we are having mastery of that business. If not, don't engage in that business because at the end of the day, you might crumble and you will never bounce back. There are people who have crumbled with hundreds of millions and they have bounced back. There are people that have never bounced back and today they are very, very poor. So you also have to be very smart when you want to venture into any form of business. But for those who are doing their minor business like a student, you can do any kind of business, any type of business. You want to say a chombo, you want to sell fry Irish and beans, whatever you want to do, you can venture. There's no risk in it. But once you are using approximately 500,000 and above, be very careful. Do your calculated risks before you embark on. Thank you.
Okay.
So you said you made mention of the fact that when you are 20 years old or and a particular age, you can no longer be a billionaire. So I wanted to ask that if you want to grow your child to become a billionaire, what are you going to do differently from your parents or other people's parents or the way they grow you in Cameroon?
Okay, thank you so much, young man. I'm very honored. I want to say this again. Like I said, if you were born poor, it's not your fault. But if you live poor, it's your fault. So now, like I said, can you vehemently tell me anybody in Cameroon that is a billionaire in dollars? I think there's none. And we have people around Bamenda we have envy of them. They have expensive cars, expensive houses. If you want to go to that, some of them are up to 300 million francs. And if you want to convert 300 million francs into dollars, it's nothing. Into dollars. So it's approximately $300,000. So what I'm saying now, once like young people like you guys, it is very good to get married early, let me say 25, 26, 27. You start raising your children. You also have because some parents don't want to drain their children in what they have passion in. So once you identify the skill your child is best in, what you need to do, you have to promote it. You get. There are some students that don't, there are children that they don't even have any interest in education. They don't have any interest. And most people believe that education is only, we have three types of education. This is why I always like to differentiate it. We have formal education, informal education, and non-formal education. So if your child does not have interest in formal education, it should not be a problem. He might have interest in informal or non-formal. And that will be a topic for another day. I'll differentiate them maybe another time. But now, once you have identified what your child is best at, you have to do your possible best to invest in that child. There are some children that they love football, they love handball, they love athletics game, they love dancing, they love singing. They have different type of talents. You get. So what you have to do is that you have to identify and promote it. If you notice your child love football, send that child to football school. If you notice your child love dancing, send the child to dancing school. Whatever the child love, promote it. Believe me. If you know your child wants to be an accountant, promote the child in that domain. That child will build themselves. Most of us in Cameroon, most especially Cameroon, we are into things we don't love. We are doing businesses that we don't love. We are doing things that we don't love because of what we think that that's the easiest way to have our ends meet. Most people are teachers today. That because of what? Employment. Most people are military today because of employment. Most people are doctors today because of employment. That's why we have nonchalant nurses that you go and meet them. They don't even have time because it's not their passion. But if you meet people who are passionate about what they are doing, you'll see the zeal and they will grow more. If you see someone there's a lady in Boya, she fried pop and beans. She made approximately 300,000 a day, and they gained this about 100,000 francs because she's doing with passion. And you know the way you do something with passion, you have your style is unique. Your style is unique. Like this podcast, the way you are passionate, you are not making money, but you're passionate. And if you have that zeal, before you know, your page should be 100,000, 20,000, 1 million, 5 million, 50 million followers because of what? The zeal. But if you're just doing because you just want to say, oh, let me belong, let me be known on the media space, trust me, you will not go far. Anything you do out of passion, and you'll pay one day. You get that? So I will encourage young people, you have to be consistent. If you identify any talent in your child, most parents, I'm saying this to parents, learn to believe in your children and accept their dreams. Don't impose your dreams on them. It will never work. Maybe there are some people that are pastors, they wish they're trained to be pastors. Zero. There are people that are engineers, the one that are trained to be engineers. Zero. Allow them to find themselves. There are a lot of people that have not even found themselves. They don't even know what they want to become in life. We have people of 35 years, they don't even know what they want to become. So this advice is going to every young person. You need to know what you want to become and believe in it. As young as you guys, as I'm giving this today, if people happen to get married, some people will tell you that marriage at an early age is not good. I encourage people to get married at the age of 25 and above if you have that opportunity. Make sure you start raising your children and follow them up. There are children in Cameroon, vehemently, I can tell you, they're not up to 15 years, they're already generating genuine income through their talent. Their parents are enjoying from their talent. There are people in America, 12, 13 years, Elon Musk became a billionaire at the age of 15 years. Can do your findings. So that's what I'm telling you, because of the kind of home he was groomed in. So I just want to encourage young people, they should always believe in themselves. And it's never too late. But if you're in Cameroon and you're not from a wealthy home, you think you do something to become a billionaire when you're above 20, you can never ever be. I can say that vehemently. Once you're above 20, you can never ever be a billionaire. In dollars. I'm focused in dollars. You can be a billionaire in France, but you can never be in dollars.
Why do you have a limited belief, sir? I know that I'm very confident that if you can dream big, because Elon Musk, he was not there by coincidence. He worked hard for it. So why do you think that me, I cannot work hard? Or what's the point?
Okay, let me tell you something. This is a fact. It's something that is verifiable. If Elon Musk was still in South Africa, he would never be known today. If Elon Musk was still in Africa, Elon Musk was born and raised in South Africa. By the early age, he was moved to the United States. The opportunities that are in the United States is not the kind of same opportunities that are in Africa. In the United States, you can have a free education. There are people who are very intelligent, but they have opportunity to go to school. But in Cameroon, I'm telling you that the richest man in Cameroon is not up to $1 billion francs, $1 billion dollars. And he started working. He has invested about 45 years in hard working. About 45, that's Alaji Tampolo. He's not up to, and there have never been a Cameroonian that is up to $1 billion dollars.
Even if he has that money, he's not going to show you or present.
No, we access the wealth. Anyway, that we should not focus. I'm using as an example, but if you know any, use your internet. If you know any that is $1 billion, I'm giving you 10,000 now.
That's what I'm saying, that the African man is so confidential in a way that the African man will not want to disclose his full wealth on the internet, unlike the whites. So what do you have to say about that?
When you talk about a billionaire in dollars, it's not the amount you have in your bank account, it's an asset. You get. When you hear somebody is a billionaire, they accept everything. They have to do some assets. They send some team of people, like Alaji Dampolo. They go there, they study the tea, the farms, all the cattle, all the animals, all the investment before it can be. calculated to be a billionaire or a millionaire, whatever that you think he is. So if you are here like this, once you become famous, like people like Pella, for example, everybody knows his network because he himself, people, the close people, they do interview without you knowing. If they want to get your wealth today, they'll come, they'll look, let me your close friends. They'll ask him, what does this man have? What does this man have? Before you know it, people have given everything and they go into investigation in order to come up with your wealth.
Okay. So since Elon Musk, assuming that he had the optimum upbringing, like they brought him well, like in a way that he's a billionaire. So can we expect his children to be rich or richer than him?
This is one of the most amazing questions. Elon Musk said that his last son, the one he always put on his neck, he's 20 million times intelligent than him. And that's to tell you that that's a potential trillionaire. That's already a potential trillionaire. That child is about 3-4 years old. And he said that child is already far, far intelligent. That's to tell you that you see how generation wealth is being generated. From that, his son, you already know that he's going to be trillionaire. The way has already been paid for him. There is no doubt. Let me ask you a question here. How many times do you eat good meal a day? From there, you can know that it's difficult for you to become a trillionaire or a millionaire in dollars. That's just a clear fact.
We have anything to say? I eat healthy, but good meals, like it's only occasionally.
Occasionally, that's already a limitation. Like I said, an average Cameroonian should eat. If you want to say you want to eat a good 3 square meal, it should be 3,000 per plate, and you have to eat it 3. That means approximately you have to eat 9,000 a day. And how many average Cameroonian eat that? That's to tell you that we are living below poverty level. We are below poverty. That's just to tell you that it will be very difficult. But a Cameroonian person can be a billionaire, but he will never be raised in Cameroon. Trust me.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. You made mention of Pela. He's a very young content creator out there, and he got married of recent. So, what do you have to say about that kind of marriage at a very young age?
This is the second time I'm saying this to you. The first time was not on camera, and now it's on camera. I told you vehemently and clearly there is no age limit for marriage. Once you are mentally and psychologically prepared, you are ready for marriage. Once you are financially prepared, mentally and psychologically prepared, you are ready for marriage. A lot of people, let me tell you this thing, that people are married at the age of 40 and the marriage do not last. The people married at the age of 18 and the marriage lasts. So it's all about your mindset. If you want to achieve anything, like I said, you start from here. Like some of you here, I can tell you vehemently, for the past 1 month, you have never dreamed of having 100 million on your account. I can tell you that for a fact. You have never dreamed of. I mean, for the past 1 month, and that's how the money, and that's how wealth, that's how marriages, that's how everything generates from your mind. There are people that before they want to go to bed, they have already built 5 mansions in their mind. They have built 5 mansions. They have generated 25 businesses in their mind. How many of us do it? We think of, okay, let me just go and drink my 1 beer there. Let me go and visit my guys we know I've not seen. Let me go and do this. I'm telling you the truth. The way you think, like I always tell people that poverty and wealth is a state of mind. Marriages and everything is a state of mind. Marriage, like I always tell people, love is not enough to sustain marriage. Love is not enough. We have a case recently. A young girl died in Boyade. I'm sure it was very popular by name Jenny Juicy, and the guy was air black, something of that nature. I'm just bringing this a little tips because when you talk about love, if you ask somebody to say they're in love, I will tell you vehemently that that was just a tips. If you love somebody, let me say this guy is married now, and maybe he has a car. God forbid, on his way to work, he had an accident, or his legs cut off. Trust me, in this generation, most girls will leave you in the hospital and run. That's what we call love. Somebody to stand by you. Would a lady be able to stand by you? If they pour acid on your face now, as a woman, some of you here, you have girlfriends. If they pour acid on their face, some of you will be able to stand by them? No. That's what they say love. Marriage is not the beauty. It's not the money. It's about the sustainability and understanding in the relationship. And because there's a billionaire, I told you about it. There's a billionaire in America. The wife had an accident. The face deformed. So the man said he's not going to he's not going to fix the face. Because if he fixes the face, he feels like he doesn't love the wife. So, but he chose not to. He moved anywhere he's going to with his wife. And a journalist asked him, sir, with all the billions you have, why is it difficult for you to do a plastic surgery? He said, no, I will not do it. If I do, it means I don't love my wife. I love my wife, and I do not marry but her face, but her heart. So that's a lesson for you people.
So what do you have to say about dating on campus as a university student? Is it a distraction or it is necessary as a university student getting to the university Yeah, year one, year two. Is it appropriate for you to date or to get into a relationship?
Okay, that question is very, very vague, but I will expatiate on it. You know, we have university students of 35 years, 45 years. Yes, we have people who are doing PhD in Bambili. We have people who are doing masters in Bambili. We have people who are doing degree. So dating, and it also depends. We have people in year one that are already 25, 30 years old. So no, I'm going there. That's why I say your question was very vague, and I want to expatiate on it. So now, when you see like these students who rush in year one, for example, why should you be dating when you are not able to even take care of it? You cannot even wash your pan to be clean as a young girl. I love young girls that they cannot even wash their own this. And what you want? When I say, you, for example, if you invite a girl at your age, that girl, maybe if you want to date, the girl is smaller than you, and that girl is unable to even have a transport, he will tell us, he will say that, okay, please, Yatara, send me transport. Why should you date a girl? Why should you even date that you are not able to take care of yourself, and the girl unable to take care of their own self? So dating is much more encouraging for people who already know their purpose of life. They know what they are pursuing. You get? It's very unfortunate today in Bamenda, we see children of 12, 13, 14 years already dating. So it's really, really bad. So I want to say dating is not a bad thing. It depends on the age and the purpose of dating. So that's just it.
So what should be the purpose actually?
Purpose, you are linking towards marriage. That should be the purpose. If you are dating somebody, you are dating because you love the person, you want to marry the person. A guy of 20 years, you are dating for what? It's just for knacking. You have no other plan. What plan do you have? Just to sleep with her and dump her. That's why you see we have young girls of 20 years, they have body count of 100. Like I said it last time, one of my videos, that if you calculate the number of beds some girls have slept on, you can equip a hotel. So that's just to tell you that it's quite horrible. So it seems funny, but I'm being factual and realistic. So
So this concept of when people say, "I want to know you very, very much," like know you first. So, so
I want to get to know you.
I want to get to know you. So do you think it's necessary?
it's necessary for mature people, like I earlier said. For kids, for people below 22 years, what do they even know? I'm still being factual here. A boy of 22 years, most of you are under 22 years. If you are going for any girl, there's nothing like want to know the person. You are going to knock. Because there's no purpose. You don't even know how to even clean yourself. You still depend on your parents. Your parents give you money on daily keep. How many of you here pay your rent? Your parents do it for you people. That's to tell you people that you are not up to the age to date. Imagine that you get pregnant. You are under your parents and you are getting another girl who will be taking care of the child. It means your parents will be paying your school fees, paying your rent, taking care of you, and taking care of your own child and the girl again in question. So I'm not condemning. In fact, there's some realities that can never be changed. I told him last time that, like here, we are being realistic. We are being factual. In this our same quarter that we are doing this podcast, if you look random girls of 14 years, you will see that 80% body count is more than 20 between 40 years. So those are things that are not normal, but it's happening, and you cannot deny it. You get that? It's not like when people are doing something, it means that it's right. You get the point. So that's why I'm making a point that dating, and it's a big form of distraction for young people. And that's why I said it's difficult for these people in this generation to become a billionaire. Some of you are focusing on knocking, house party, clubbing. That's why I said no visionary young people. We have very minimal visionary young people. Like you people, it's just few of you that are here. Most of your age, their peers, they are somewhere drinking, dancing, hoping that they should open snacks that were shut down. So I should go and do. There's one song that they made like that. Just imagine. You can imagine. Good. You can imagine. No plan, no vision, but some of you are visionaries. So I can say it vehemently that our generation is deteriorating faster. And the earlier young people like you put an end to it, because by whatsoever people are doing, you are educating the generation. There are many forms of educating people. What people are doing is a form of education. So I want to say people should continue doing it. People should keep believing in yourself. There is greater hopes.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So elaborate. I like the way you have expanded on that question, and you have actually opened my head on that. So there's this controversial topic that is going online right now. Many people think that a woman is doing a favor to a man by giving birth to a child. Is it her role or she's doing a favor to a man?
This is the most stupid argument I've ever seen in the century. Any human being who brought up such topics is a stupid and foolish and a useless human being. I will say it vehemently because let me be honest with you, women in general should be respected in all form. All women should be maximum respect, because all of us here, be a boy or a girl, a man or a woman, were brought forth through a woman. And if you want to start saying it's a favor or it's not a favor, you are stupid. Just the fact that your mother gave birth to you is an everlasting favor that you as a person will never forget. And as a man, just the fact that a woman accepts to give birth to you is an extra and extraordinary favor that can never be compromised. Because for a woman, like people will say it, is when you give birth to a child, that child takes care of the parents, both the parents, and you take care of the children as well. So when you say it's a favor, it's not a favor, it's a blessing. If a woman gives birth to you, it's a blessing. She might choose not to. There are women who have decided that they will never put to bed in their entire life. You get the point. So if a woman gives birth to you, I go and start and say it's not a favor, whatever. See, like the young girl we're talking about, she lost her life in the process of giving life. So how will you first of all even think of saying things of that magnitude? Like I always tell, any man who disrespects a woman is a very useless person. The worst of it, a man who raises his hand on a woman, you are not supposed to be called a man. You're supposed to be called a coward, because your space as a man has been taken away. Or any person who look down on a man or a woman means you don't even know where you belong. Because any man who can disrespect a woman can disrespect your mother. And our mother is our sources of joy. So if anybody who can disrespect a woman means you have no value for your mother. And you have no value for humanity. So I want to say that women are blessing to the society, regardless of their action or what. Unfortunate thing is that some of you get mingle or get tangled with girls. Because we talk about women, we still have women who don't have any value in the society. But you meet people who have high level value, you have to respect them to the fullest. So this is for all men who are married or you have plans to get married. If you want to excel, you want to become the billionaire that people so much desire, you have to treat a woman like a demigod. You have whatever you want to have in this life. You will never like. That's the first major gateway to become a billionaire or to become successful. If you can treat a woman right, you'll be a billionaire. Trust me.
So what do you have to say about those women that cannot give birth to children? We should not respect them. Society should not respect them because they cannot bring forth a child.
Okay, when you say women who don't, like I say, your topic at times is always vague. Is it a woman that is barren or a woman who decides not to give birth? Because that's a vague question. Okay, let me talk about a woman that is barren, maybe from birth, she has never done anything and could not have a child. We are not God. God chooses not to. But women that have aborted to a certain and they cannot go, those are we call them outcasts. Why do you destroy your womb? You are an outcast. But if you're naturally bound by God, maybe the women who naturally have never done any bad thing, but they're unable to give birth, those are blessings still. God has other purpose for them. God has a reason not to give them the womb. You get? But for those who God gave them and they destroyed them, they are outcasts. We have to condemn them. Even if there was a way to even describe them, we would have used it. So that's a different thing. Because most young girls today, if you want to ask them, they don't even have wombs. I was told that some girls even said they were in Bambili, but we are another university for some young boys for 500,000. I don't know how true it is, but that's what young girls are doing. So you can imagine. So tomorrow, if you happen to get married to those kind of girls, will you value them? After doing your investigation and realize that they were going around sleeping with some ritualists and they sold their womb, will you value them? There was a girl that had to give a man head in a bus, and her body started while she was actually throwing out maggots. You can imagine. We have useless set of people in the society. Yes, in a bus, there was a story was circulated on social media. So we have women who have values in the society. We have to regard, same as we have irresponsible men in the society. So,
Okay, so for like these feminist people that are online everywhere, do you actually think that women should have the same right as men, the way they believe, the way they advocate for?
I want to tell you today that it's very difficult to even believe things on the social media because some people do them for content, some people do them for fun. It will be very difficult even to believe so many things you see on the social media space. But if you talk about women being like men, in any form there will never be. Can a woman stand up and urinate? No. Can a woman impregnate a woman? No. So that argument is, in fact, is dumbfounded. What some women advocate for is that they should do everything humanly possible to give women right. In those days, women were seen only as housewives. But for women to advocate for their right to at least to work, to also be respected, I don't see anything wrong with that. Women have their right to advocate for men to respect them, for them to work, for them to cook, for them to do other things that will help them. There's nothing wrong with that. But saying that some women should have right like men or should be like men, there's no way. Because if you get married today, your wife is a billionaire, make sure you provide food money every day. Because as a man, you have to take care of your wife. No matter how much she earns, make sure you provide as a man. Because the Bible makes it very clear. Men, take care of your home. Women, honor your husband as God respect the church. So it's normal. So who am I giving the mic to?
All right. So what do you think is the driving cause for hookup and all these social ills in Bamenda?
It's greed. It's greed. There's no reason. Like I made a point the other day. I said, as a young girl, because I'm somebody I work following the test of time and changes. It is very the rate in which young girls are so horny. It is alarming, and I have made it very clear that if you know you cannot do with one guy, and you know because you cannot tell a woman not to sleep with a man in this generation, it is practically not possible. But if you know that your urge for knacking is too high, rather than because some girls even do hookup not for even for money. I was one time in Bambi, there was a student there. I was told that she paid men to come and sleep with her. And a day she can even sleep with 5 men, she will not even be satisfied. If your urge for sleeping with men is too high, have your two boyfriends rather than using because today's young girls are even using knacking machine, which is no. I'm telling you that this is natural. I'm talking because the audience I'm talking not all are Christian because the Muslim religion they get married to 5 wives and the paganism religion they can marry 1 million wives. So I'm talking to a general audience. You as a Christian, you know what is right for you. If you're a Christian, why you forward date without getting married? So if you're already dating, you're already not a Christian. Once you are young, but you're dating and having knacking, it means you're not a Christian. You are non-Christian. Yeah. So anybody. So I'm saying for the general public to consume. So if you're a Christian, you come and say I'm promoting means you have ever knocked, you are a hypocrite. So I'll still say this to young girls: if you know your urge for knacking is too high, have your two boys in your neighborhood, so that when the thing starts, you can call one and you come and satisfy your urge than to be going around using knacking machine. Because I'll encourage young people like you: never you ever get married to a girl that ever use knacking machine, because you will never ever satisfy her till this will end. So that's a clear point.
Okay, so you don't think that maybe it's because of poverty or government? Because almost everybody in Cameroon blames the government for their poverty.
Okay, my boy. I want to say that it's not a cause of poverty. I've asked you a question here in the beginning that how many times you have a good square meal. So why don't you also do hookup as a man? I want to tell you that they are lazy set of you. Like I started by saying, there are girls in Bambili. There's one at the three corner that is selling plum and plantain. Are there people not buying it? There's one around here in the street. She's selling plum. And you know the gain for those who sell plantain and plum. I can tell they can make approximately 15,000 a day as a gain. I'm not talking about what they sell. So how many hookups? There are girls who go a day. They even still remember to 2,000. They already have up to 2 men. How much will they make? You have destroyed yourself. And I want to tell young people because some of you cannot control your number 3 leg. Before you put it in any hole that you see, make sure that girl swear over her life that she has never done hookup. Because once you go there, that's the one of the course you will never be rich in your life. Because once you sleep with random girls, that's the first blockage of wealth, the first blockage of success. Because once you exchange your body with any lady, you exchange millions and thousands of demons within that particular process. So I always tell young people, one person asked me that how will you know? How will she, if she said no, tell her to swear over her life. If she refuses, tell her to go. You are saving your destiny, saving your future, and your unborn children. So that's just the advice I can give to you. They are just lazy. Any girl that is into hookup, they are lazy. It's not like they lack what to do. They can do. There are a lot of opportunities in this Bamenda that we are there. A lot of opportunities.
Okay, how should men handle financial pressure in modern dating?
I will still focus on grit. Let me tell you, as a young person, it depends on your home bringing. Some people are still properly brought up, but because we have 3 set of components that influence the life of everybody. We have bad friends, the environment you find yourself. You have poor parenting, and you equally have grit, which you are the one an individual. So let me tell you something. This guy, I don't let me not even go there. One guy made a statement the other day that a lot of young people are dying boy every day below 20 years because they are doing Yahoo Yahoo Plus. And I want to say this to all of you. If because in those days scamming was real, today you can see just about 5% or 10% scammers are genuine. 90% of scammers are involved because they are rushing. They want to make money and impress people. Trust me. And when you make that money, you die faster. Because the only thing they do with the money, financial pressure, there are a lot of things you can do today to have money. Only this podcast people are doing. People are consistent before you know it. People start catching out. And other things, some of you can even, that people like, if you're an engineer, you can do it, he's a medical personnel, you can decide to start doing volunteerism in hospitals and other people. Before you know it, you meet your dream helper. Somebody can be giving you your motivation, and your parents are taking care of you. There are people that they live here after school, they go to Southwest, they work with their parents in cocoa farms. Some they go back to Kambe, Oku, Banso, other tribes. They work with their parents. When school is coming, they give them enough money that can take care of them for the whole academic year. So there's no form of pressure. It's just that they want to live life above their expectation, above their standard. And that's just the reality. There are a lot of young people, if you go around this town, around Boya, Douala, Yaoundé, that are built houses that are not more existing, they are dead.
So I used to hear people used to say that for you to be rich financially, like for you to be financially stable, you have to spend less than your income. So will you assume that as living poor because he said like if you cannot afford, yes, living the
No, no. What is the purpose of looking for money? Is to live a good life, isn't it? So if you are looking for money to live a good life, then you work 9,000, you eat 200. Are you not a slave? You are a slave. When they say you should spend less and save more, it doesn't mean you should go and eat. You should work like a slave and eat like an ant. You work like an elephant and eat like an ant. No. What they actually say is that if you are working 10,000 a day, make sure you save at least 5,500 a day. Means you can eat 35. That's what they mean. And because that saving is for a purpose to start an establishment. Maybe when you can save like that, maybe for 1 year, 2 years, you can raise income and you start a business that can be generating 500,000 a day. I can now eat 100,000 a day. That's what they mean. It's not like you should walk like an elephant, eat like an ant. It means you're a slave behind money. And we have a lot of billionaires today. Maybe some are conditioned, some are normal. They want to work and they will die and actually eat all the money because they want to be a slave. I don't encourage anybody to be a slave behind money. The purpose of money, they say we work to eat. We live to, we eat to live. Not, we don't eat to live.
Okay, there's this statement that you posted on your status today. There's this statement that you posted on your status today that when you're serious, when you're serious, you see a cheater, and when you're a cheater, you see somebody you are serious. How true is that?
Like I said, don't believe everything you see on the media. Today, fun time has been the talk of the day. People love to just catch cruise. But the reality is just that there are people who are very lucky. They meet their first crush, they end up with. Like you see, for example, Pella's first crush is Jarvis. And today they are husband and wife. But there are some people that, like I said, there are some girls that, just take for example, you have been cheating all your life. You want to settle that you mean by a cheat. That her own cheating started just when you met her. How do you explain it? And I just want to say it's a punishment of nature. Like I always say, nobody can cheat nature. Whatever you reap, you reap is what you whatever you sow is what you reap. So if you are that kind of guy that you have been sleeping around with women all over, when you want to settle, you meet the only players. It's a very normal phenomenon. There are some players that you will discover, some you never discover. You will be with your wife at home, she'll sleep with all the neighbors. I know how painful and how aching it is. So you guys have to be very smart as young people. Like I said, at times when I'm talking to others, I don't talk to Christians or pagan or Muslim. I talk to general people. So whatever you do, the law of nature works for everyone. Nature is what you do on a daily basis. You cannot deny it.
So you believe in karma?
Karma is different from nature. Law of nature is different from karma. Oh. Nature, whatever you do, right, it works. Karma, like some people, if you ask some people to define karma, they say, okay, like if you do something bad, say, you know, see good. People are believing that, oh, you know, see good. Heaven does not pass through their door. God decides to bless who he wants to bless and who he wants to curse. But nature is normal. The leaves listen. They say leaves does not have ear.
is the Cameroon education system preparing students for real life challenges?
Yes, of course, it is. Let me tell you something. The level in which America is today, there was once like Cameroon. And when I see some people condemning the educational system of Cameroon, I look at them to be like so stupid because wherever they are today thanks to the Cameroon system of education. Like in the University of Bamenda, that's where I was molded. We have a lot of people who are very serious, and have people that are very unserious. Talk less on the other universities in Cameroon. So what I'm telling young people to do is that you have to be focused because in any system you find yourself, you have to try to match it with normal time. Like for example, we have a lot. We have. If I tell people that the first person who ever produced a SIM card in the world is from Cameroon, you'll never believe. Yeah, that's to tell you that we have one of the best systems as well. So in as much as we have lapses, and I believe like the government always say that they are slow but steady, and you can never dispute that aspect. A lot of people, even you people here sitting here today, it's thanks to the Cameroon system of education that people have the initiative to start a podcast, isn't it?
Cameroon initiative.
The Cameroon system of education that gave people even not for the system, we will be able to study. If you do not go to school, you have this knowledge.
But there's school in every country now, but our own country now is different. We'll finish and graduate without any job.
And we do not think it's actually school.
Okay, what I'm saying here is that people should get this point very clearly. If I see somebody who condemns the system of education, I started by saying that most parents do not listen to their children, their dreams, their vision. Maybe some of you are doing what it was never your dream. I'm telling you, people, is the first teacher in your life are your parents. So okay, as we are condemning this system of education, what about some countries that they don't even have free education? Because education in Cameroon is totally free. It's very free. What about some system that they don't even have that people are willing to go to school but they don't have the means? What do we say about it? There are a lot of people who are willing to go to school but they don't have the means in Cameroon, in some countries. But yeah, we have education in Cameroon. It's free. I mean, it's free. But you cannot dispute that. We're not saying that the government is perfect. No, I distance myself from that. But I'm saying that the system has molded a lot of billionaires, a lot of trillionaires, a lot of intellectuals. And those intellectuals are the one now they have to come back and modify the education, that system. Because the purpose of going to school is to come and transform the system. Before, the way we were studied is not the same. Things are changing. Today, child class 3 can read and write, can write an essay. Before, was it so? No. So we must appreciate something before we condemn it. They have their lapses. The government has their lapses. The education, but okay, when we talk about the government, don't we have private sector? Don't we have mission schools? We have them. Are they better than the government schools? No. I can tell you vehemently that if you want to look at the best students who have advanced level, the best, generally they'll be students from government schools. Best, if you want to, statistics has proven. When I was growing up, Cass Bamley has always been the top notch. We talk about GC result. So what are we saying? The truth is that we have to criticize the government critically. We have to tell them that you have been doing your best, but improve on it. Okay, if the government have decided lecturers will not come and lecturing, if the government have decided teachers they'll pay teachers, they don't come and teach, are they the one? So that's what I'm saying, that the government has its own lapses, but we must appreciate them. And what are we saying? Now they should also change the curriculum. That's what we should be saying now. They should change the curriculum of the school because we are growing beyond. They should change the curriculum of education so that we can be able to create jobs for ourselves, not to be like every year, like this year, December, more than 5,000 students will be graduating in the University of Bamenda, and about 4,000 some will be looking for jobs. Okay, look at someone who go to do history, modern letter, all those things. What do you want to become? Is the government asked you to go and do them? There are people, okay, like me. I've been working, taking care of myself since from 2. I went to a technical school.
So why is the government creating that sector when
No, there are people who can actually use it for a purpose. For example, there are people that are doing modern letter because they have other purposes. They want to become a journalist, and they can create job for themselves. But also, we have people that some of them, since the day they enter up lowers from 5 to date, they have been copying from people. That's a fact. I can say 80% of students in the University of Bamenda and Boya, they copy, they buy marks. Then what do you want to come and blame government? Is the government that made these professors to be who they are? We have professors that they cannot even produce even stick matches. But they are professors, the government made them to be like that. They have allowances to go to Europe and study. They are seeing their colleagues studying in Europe. They have the allowances. I can tell you that when Minister Nalova said they'll bring cameras, I was one of the most happiest persons. I even said they should bring it in the university. You will know that some of you people are just sleeping. If they bring it in the university, I'm not sure up to 10 students will be passing in a class. So people are condemned because if the government say, okay, we want to be firm, now they have to write. In China, they don't have any teacher in this thing. They just teach and go, they set exam, cameras do everything for you. And that's why they advance. And they just brought it, everybody was, oh, minister is bad. Would this thing give job? Would this, that? I'm saying this to Mama Teresa Koakenji. Please, madam, I'm begging, install cameras in all classes in the university. Please, madam, I'm begging. This is my recommendation for you. The children that are taught, they are saying that the school is not doing their best. Please, Mama Teresa and Koakenji, I'm begging you, if you can install cameras all over the University of Bamenda, I think we'll be having productive students.
Okay, so do you think that the church places more focus on collecting money?
I cannot say a church play focus on collecting money. Do the church come and move money from your pocket? Some of us are church goers. We are not Christians, and that's why we are where we are. I want to say vehemently, I don't say anything wrong with somebody giving an offering to church. I don't say anything wrong. Nobody forces you. If you choose to be brainwashed, it's your choice. Because for me, I give what I think is right. And the highest place I spend my money is less privileged. People who need them most. Not to churches, because churches have more than enough. So, but I pay my normal tithe. The Bible says it's good to contribute in development of your church. In any of those things, I'll play my role as a Christian. But for me to say I'll take some money and say it's an extra 1 million, I want to go and give it to church. What for? I don't know people who are suffering around my neighborhood. I'll give to that people that they need it most. Because I believe that the church also have a rule to help the community. Some churches are doing it. Like we have churches like Catholic Press Baptist. Actually, they have created hospitals. They have created schools. At least they are doing something good for the community with that, which is, I cannot say they are not trying. The Press Baptist, I can say kudos. With some other missionary schools like churches like Full Gospel and some other denominations that are doing that, kudos. But I want to say that if we want to advance in our country or in life, like some of you have vision to be a billionaire, you should stop focusing more in churches and believing in pastors. Pastor can never make you rich. Never. No pastor can ever make you rich. The preaching of prosperity can never make you rich. Hard work can make you rich. So if people want to focus more, let me tell you, we have approximately 99% churches in Cameroon that they are scammers. Yes, they collect money from, they scam people. Like I said, they don't force you to give money. But you go there because when you choose to be brainwashed. Because I don't think somebody can hypnotize me or brainwash me. So when you give that room to be brainwashed, I will tell those pastors watching me that if you have the means to drain somebody, a Christian, till they start creeping, drain them because they are very lazy and are stupid.
Okay, thank you very much. What do you think is the main cause for all this diversity? You have Catholic Church, Presbyterian Church, Baptist Church. Is it not just capitalism? Is it not just for money making? Because I mean, we are serving the same God. So why is that? Is this disparity?
Well, I will start by saying that if you were born in Press and tomorrow you decide to go to church C, church D, I will blame you. You are the problem. It's not the church. If these people were creating these churches and people are not going there, they will not be creating them. But so long as they are creating them, they are having customers. I call them customers. Why should, if you open your business and people are coming to buy, will you shut it down? So when people choose to, so I see no reason, if they want to create, so long as the government can give their authorization, they should keep creating them. But I want to say, if you give me the privilege like a government state person, I will abolish 90% churches because they are not doing good to our society. Like when we have Paul Kagame, when he took over in Rwanda, he changed a lot of things. He abolished approximately 5,000 churches. And if you look today, Kigali, that's where I once visited. It's one of the most cleanest cities in Africa. And because of their hard work and their consistency, and they don't believe in I receive. But most of young people today, even some of the Yahoo boys, they go and pay tithe in churches. That's to tell you, even some hookup girls, they sing in choirs. That's to tell you that the church today is a business. Because in those days, if you come and you want to give a tithe in church, the pastor or the priest will ask you, what are you working? Is your sources of income legit? But today, don't even bless the work of your hand. Even if you are killing somebody to pay your tithe, they have no problem with that. So that's where the bigger problem comes from.
Okay, so what role do you think social media influencers should address when should carry out now when addressing social media issues?
Okay, I want to say today, the Anglophone community is the most toxic community on social media. Yes, they preaches hate more than love, and they preaches they are so sadists. Most of the content creators or influencers in Cameroon, most especially the Anglophone section, we are sadists. We are looking only for possibility to make people to cry, to depress people, and young people like you people, you can also be that change that we are looking for. Because I have a movement that we are the change we want, and as being a change we want, we have to. If you cannot change yourself, you cannot change another person. So most of us, we don't even know our purpose. And I will tell you people that, like most of what people are doing, how many people are watching, how many people are sharing and liking, but people are creating awareness. But if you are insulting people or you are doing immoral things, you have a lot of engagement. So who are the problem? We are the problem. Like I said, if everybody can sit and examine their life, they will make this place a better place, social media a better place. But today I realize that we promote a lot of negativity more than positivity, and that is why we are stagnant. And we complain again. You will see somebody doing something that is bad on a major, you see 5,000, 10,000 viewers, and the same people come and complain that that person is doing. Why are you watching if you don't love it? So that's to tell you that we are the cause of our problem. So my word to the all social media influencer is that when they call for me, I know some of you, if they ask, let me ask you this question: who is an influencer to you? I'll ask both of you that question to know who is an social media influencer to you.
Like people that like maybe portray their life with good examples that through social media platforms that we can follow and copy.
That's good. Who is an social media influencer or a role model to you?
Someone that works in the light that you want to follow, someone that you look up to, and he does the things that you want to become or you want to do in future.
Okay, that's good. But some of you today, because somebody have 1 million followers, you say that it's a social media influencer, or you say he's a, how do you call it? He's a star or whatever, a celebrity. When a celebrity is someone that have a role model, in fact, you live a role life that you want to copy. It's not the number of followers or the number of popularity that you have. No. So today, there are people who have 10 followers and they're living a modern life. Yes, it's not about the followers determining that no, this person is a better person. No. Like I've always said, copy from the best, you'll be the best. Don't copy from any kind of person because a lot of people want to have a kind of life. If I tell a lot of people maybe they are follow Pella, but everybody have their own destiny in life. Some people are going to join Baba Lao because they want to have popularity on social media. And some of them even that would even be known. Yes, some of them that would have been known. Not to tell that everybody have their purpose in life. But I will encourage everybody watching us that if you want to follow somebody on the media, let that person be a role model. Somebody that you can learn something, or you can probably watch the person talking with your kids or with your younger ones without being like some people when they're watching video, they have to reduce all the volume. Because yeah, mommy last, yeah, mommy this, all those kind of things. How can you be watching that video in front of your mother? You cannot. Because what I just see as a very bad seed. So that's just it.
Okay, I want you to advise those who wrote the GCE. You know, the GCE is coming, yeah, at any time from now, and there's some people that will fail, there's some people that will pass, and some people will be preparing to enter the university. So, what advice can you give to those that will fail and those that will pass?
This is one of the best topics so far. Failure is part of success. Yes, failure is part of success. Like if you made mention about Christianity, let me bring it biblically. God answer prayers in three forms: yes, no, and wait. And I'll expatiate it. God can say yes because there is a time He sees that no, you're in a better position to achieve what you are pursuing. And no, because if you achieve that thing, you might even end up losing your life. God will say no, then wait. God has seen that if you want to go further, you have blockages in front because you don't merit what you are looking for. So you have to wait and achieve it. So for those of you that are not going to pass GCE this year, I want to encourage each and every one of you because we all know that you do not study, but for those that study, we want to say if you don't pass, just know that there are better days ahead. Focus in your life. Stop hookup. Stop yahoo. Stop mingling with wrong friends. Focus in your life and achieve your advanced level. I always tell young people that education ends in Cameroon in opposite. Trust me. In university you can do mago and succeed. But advanced level, in those days, for you to pass advanced level, you must be knowledgeable enough. Take for instance, in the University of Bamenda, you have 4 chances to pass one course. You have year 1, you write a course, you fail, you have receipt, you have carry over, you pass, or you fail, you still have receipt. So you have 4 chances for one course, but GC is just once. As you fail, you must repeat. So I want to tell young people that are writing GC that this year that you wrote, if you do not pass, there's no problem. There's better days for you. For those of you that will pass, because some people are planning to commit suicide, I want to tell people that don't commit suicide because the result is very bad. The result is very bad. The result might be released and it's very bad. So just be preparing your mind that you don't commit suicide. If you pass, good. If you don't pass, you'll do well next time. So for those who want to go to the university, please, because I know some of you are very lazy, you want to go and do history, you want to go and do things that does not have mathematics. Reflect, ask yourself that what I want to do. Will this thing give me food tomorrow? Will this thing create me a job even without a government? Because whatever you want to do, you must have a purpose. You must have a vision. Some people just want to go to the university. They don't even care what they are going to study. They just want to mingle with students. I remember when I was in secondary school, my wish was, hey, let me just go to the university and see how university is. So a lot of you are so anxious to go to the university. And those are in Form 5. Please, if you fail, I know that excitement to put white band on your t-shirt. Just be calm. And if you fail, don't say you are going to attend evening school. You will be worse there. Because you don't want your friends to be laughing at you. You want to wear dresses. So people don't know if you pass or you fail. I want to encourage you. If you fail ordinary level, advanced level, please, when school starts, go there and buy your note. Don't use your own note. When the lecturer or the teacher is giving you, saying, I already have the note. You know, that's the same note you read and fail. So have copy your new notes so that you have a different knowledge. And I want to say kudos to all those who are going to make it. And if you don't make it, just know that God loves you. If you make this if you made it this year, it's by the special grace of God because I know it was tough. Anybody who passes this year is just like those who wrote in 2017, 16, 15 below. But some people, I know no matter what, they'll still copy and pass. But I want to say the university is waiting for you guys.
All right, you made a very critical point here, saying that those who failed, you know very well there is no study. How true is that?
I said some. We know, actually, I deal with students on a daily basis. Yes. A student boldly told me, an opposite student, that, sir, don't bother. We will use our phone and pass. Little did they know that they were supposed to install cameras. So he said, sir, we'll use our phone and pass. who are not studying. They vehemently told me they are not studying and they'll use their phone. That's what they did in ordinary level and passed, and they'll still do in advanced level. So it's not a news. I can tell vehemently. You see, a teacher is teaching. You know, today the minister made it very clear they should not beat students. A girl will be kissing a boy in class. There's nothing you can do. So you can know that our system of education has a lot of problems, like you said, in terms of discipline. My point is discipline. I pray that they should bring back corporal punishment with restriction, and they should bring other form of punishment too, because the students are becoming something else. No form of respect.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have gotten a lot of insight from you and all your thoughtful words. Thank you very much.
All right, so we are very grateful to have you on the Campus IQ podcast. You have shared a lot of interesting facts. I mean, if there's someone who's watching out there, he's going to know and going to go back with a lot of insights on today's talk. So I wanted to give the last advice for those who are teenagers, those who want to become successful. Even though I know that you tell them not to be like Elon Musk, but I know very well that if you dream big, you can achieve it. So, what other advice can you give to them? What habits can they start developing in their youthful age to become somebody that is great in society?
Okay, I think we are coming to the end of this program. I want to say this. A lot of young people have little or no interest in leadership position and also taking part. This is something, and you expect the system to be bad. Like I said, with this our current system, none of you can ever become a billionaire in dollars. I can say with facts. But if you are a Cameroonian and you are raised out of this country, let me say in USA, in other countries, there's high possibility. Like some of our brothers that are in USA, there are high chances for them to become a billionaire in dollars. But so long as you're in this country, trust me, you can never. Except your father had approximately $800 million. You can be a billionaire in dollars, hopefully, if you don't squander the money. So I want to encourage everyone watching us, please, these young guys with this initiative, I want to say, guys, please, always subscribe, always like, because they are doing a marvelous job in the society. Because to see young people have this kind of initiative is quite amazing. And if people continue, maybe God can bless people, can even have your $1 million someday. Because I think so. Yeah, because having billion you never ever dream of. But your children can be one day, hopefully.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a wrap. Shout out to Prince Ntum. Check his page on social media, TikTok, Instagram, all the likes. He's a civil engineer. Anything in short, just I've not actually introduced you as a civil engineer, so I'll give you the opportunity.
Anyway, I'm a civil engineer. I've been in the field for 18 years. So actually, I have masteries when it comes to construction work, any form of construction, road work, bridges, infrastructural works, everything. I have masteries. And actually, I've molded people that are already PhD holders in this same field. And thanks to me, I'm their mentors. And some, I cannot count the number of students who are master's holders in this particular field. And I want to say it's a lot doing. And whatever you believe in, work hard, you can become. But there's only one thing you cannot become, billionaire in dollars. You can become anything you want to become in life. So thank you so much.
So before we close the podcast, what can you say about this space? I mean, it's owned by a young entrepreneur. What can you say about the space? F&A Globe Beauty Spa, Upstation Bamenda.
Okay, the first thing I want to recommend is that this place is owned by a young person. And we are talking about entrepreneurship. He's doing a lot. And I want to shout out to him because I've realized he had approximately 10. Okay, I want to say shout out to them because I've seen that it's about 2 of them. They have approximately 5 to 6 workers. They're already creating job opportunity for Cameroonians, which I must give them a laudable applaud. And I want to say they should continue doing their work. And this is one of its kind. If you are anywhere around Upstation, do well to pass around, patronize him because where Prince Ntum have passed, passing there is a blessing to you as well. And I want to say this place, I've not used their services, but the hospitality I've observed is amazing. And as a young person, I will encourage us all to patronize our own young persons and give a shout out. You can do your hair, you can do whatever you're doing. Your girlfriend or your boyfriend can be drinking nice wine, whiskey, or whatever. So feel free to pass around. And they equally do pressing, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a multi-purpose place. I want to say shout out to them, and they should continue doing this. And if you're a young person, you can learn from them too. You can also create jobs for other Cameroonians. You should not be a job seeker. Like we have doctors where striking in Yaoundé in front of the Prime Minister office while they were supposed to be creating job. They are striking the government to create them job. It's very shameful to them. And I want to say congrats to all young persons who are creating job out there. God bless you all.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a wrap. Peace.